Welcome to your weekday cup of the word. We're in Galatians chapter 3. Now in chapter 3, Paul's going to really focus on one thing, and in fact he'll do it through chapter 3 and chapter 4, that you are saved by faith and not by works of a perfect life. As he talks, he's going to start out by saying, look, when you obeyed the gospel, how did you come to Christ in the first place? Was it by your works? Was it by some great acts of valor, some perfect behavior that you became a Christian? He'll say, no. You heard the word of Christ and you obeyed it. That's faith, to hear something and then act off of what you have heard. And then he'll talk about the fact that if anything, our works enslave us. They are a never-ending list of reasons we shouldn't be going to heaven. And the only thing to save you from that list of imperfect works that you have is a redeeming Savior, Jesus Christ. After all, the only person who deserves to go to heaven based off of works is one who has lived perfect works. And none of us have done that. And he'll compare it to Abraham. He'll say, look, what kind of life did Abraham live? Was it a life of works or was it a life of faith? And they'll say, Abraham was considered a great man because he had great faith, because God asked him to do things and he did it, because God said that things would happen, and Abraham trusted in those promises, that he trusted the promise that God would use Isaac, and that through Abraham all the nations would be blessed through his seed. Abraham was a man who trusted God, a man of faith. And he'll talk about the fact that the Old Testament was never meant to be a saving law anyways. It was a stopgap, something to protect one nation, the Jewish nation, until Christ came, so that it would lead people to Christ. The Old Testament law teaches how much you need a Savior, so that when the New Testament law and the Savior, Jesus Christ, came along, the Jews would say, that's what we've been needing all along. It was a law that was to lead them by the hand to the Savior, not to replace the Savior. Jesus is the fulfillment of what the Old Testament tells you you need, a Savior from sin. That's your Daily Cup, and we'll see you tomorrow.